The trend of which we've seen so far up against the Waylay, yet to register a win, that agent, against a non-mirror opponent, and well, it's the first player that drops. Click goes down, that's a kill for Ata, and some time and space to work with for FUT.
Catch at least two of the initiators, stopping that owl drone going any further forward. The tail though, picking up the slack, because FUT don't seem to be stopping, but they are going at a very slow pace.
To the site now, finally flashed up, they fall. It's a double up between xeus and yetujey. Those newer players injected into the ancient squad, as you say before, and they hold firm, but just for a moment. Zyppan, one back, still plenty to try and recover this, but FUT are falling one at a time. Players out of position, and now a chance to reset in the retake.
This is really winnable. The drone trying to help Minny get back into sight. Doesn't need the information, just playing heads up. AtaKaptan already low, cracks his head, go!
Wow, which he has held on to before. He had that mantle on Enterprise. And Kada here does get punished by the Outlaw, so xeus already finding some value, and that is a weapon which can be returned.
There's two players still within touching distance of one Outlaw bullet. One of those is the rifle of Minny.
They, at the very least, have read this pretty well. They've got three bodies towards this side of the map. Click again, looking to try and do some of the mid-rounding solo. He's not going to be greeted with any information right now as AtaKaptan sat back. The knife comes in, and while there's little plant protection here for FUT, they're going to be able to get the spike on the deck on the B site.
While all that action's going down, there is a late luck coming in from the A side. One to keep your eyes on AtaKaptan, making his way forward. Mates, they need to get onto this spike soon.
xeus has to be the main tool right now to try and dissuade the push as it comes in, but it's the rifle back in yetujey's hands that has already dealt the damage. The captain falling and the rest of the team need to follow this one up. They can't, straight into the face of opposition. The Outlaw oppresses yet again, and it's a 5 versus 2 in FUT's favour. They won't make the same mistake this time. A double peek together will net yetujey yet another, as that's going to be the scoreline, tied up right out the gate.
There's the last all the way back in tier 2.
Did, but that's not going to count for much here, as Click again has tried to make an opening duel happen for himself. 7 and 18 in terms of those first engagements versus Liquid. It's a stat that he'll be wanting to rid of, and well, that doesn't have looked to have changed so far.
He's trying to flood out into back site A just in case that hit was coming through. At the same time though, Kada's going to wander.
We're in the coal mine, but in terms of information, it's just Ata on the extremity yet again, playing a traditional lurk role as the rest of FUT creep closer. This contact piece has scaled quite far up, and now they will be without that Viper when the execute comes through. No smokes.
Yeah, FUT may feel as if their hand has been forced here as well. At the same time, they're still trying to come through, but it doesn't work out. Mate's creating a little bit of chaos, but xeus, well, he's trying to be the lone one on top of 410, making it work. The rifles of FUT hitting, and now it's just the late luck of Kada that has to rescue this round.
You expect this position as well, Kada in behind. xeus is holding from top 410, is a fairly
here for gentle mates.
With that toxic screen up, they've just been looking to play behind it. Hunter's Fury coming in, Armageddon the way back. They're fighting forwards here, gentlemates, and it's working out. Zyppan on the tail yet again, starting to already feel quite familiar for him. But closing that gap, getting the space back towards Maze. They can't move any further than the brackets before Zyppan gets his second, and Click puts his foot down. Finally, Maze retaliating with some proactive
grasp of where the positioning was of certain players. They would look away, you can see right now. Oh, it's a lovely
saturate.
Yeah, thank you, mate.
All good. I do really like this from gentlemates though, staying proactive. We're coming into a big ult cycle, ladies and gents, if you couldn't tell. These next couple of rounds could decide how the rest of the half ends up looking, whether FUT can stay in front, because that's what they're trying to aim and do right now. xeus leading the line, top site B.
Already taking that space, although qRaxs has been left towards mid, and is going to confirm an advantage for FUT. Spike goes down. What does the post plant look like?
They are very restricted right now, and the pit's just going to fall immediately. Minny still holding on to the lockdown, doesn't need it. His second kill already before yetujey is forced to face set up accordingly, and with that stealth drone finding info A, they should have the read.
Looks like they're committing to it. Want to re-clear mid though, just to be sure there's not any late lurks that we saw from qRaxs in that last round. Null Command invested, straight in. Mates can't stop anything at the minute in terms of utility, so they're held back.
Yeah, as I said before, there is little plant security here, so it's really just the null command you're relying on to actually get this one down. But as they drop back into a deeper post plant, look at the ults that Mate have to come back in with. Even just a lockdown well placed through the middle of sight from Minny could be all the difference in re-securing long.
See MrFaliN, he's already wanting to try and
the
take
wall.
more space, and the wall's done so well. It's just a quick spam. Mates haven't thought about this, and it's such a simple way to deal with the lockdown. Trying to get out of the wall, and it's MrFaliN with 3. AtaKaptan.
Just like from Gentlemates, I mean, you invest the lockdown and it's just cut short. The second layer from Ata is space. You can see FUT always leaving at least one player towards A, whether it's a lurk or just waiting for qRaxs to throw himself at the belt. Yeah, there's a big gap towards Snowman here, and so qRaxs is holding on from Kitchen, but it's an isolated duel, one which qRaxs will win.
Be right back.
Oh, head glitch there. Sorry, it's not a head glitch, you know what I mean, head peek. I'm so used to it from old esports, but Kada gets fallen, kamyk helping the lone, well, the Viper in towards this FUT right at a stop here. No way out, no way to try and rescue this, and qRaxs got the information.
And I wonder what FUT do with this too, because it wasn't quite caught on screen, but as we shift back to the players, I think 2 or 3 of them suppressed towards B long. This is such an important area of the map for the attackers, because you've got to go clearing it, and that's what Kada's going to do. Face checking around the corner of yellow. It's Zeus to solo peek it into the poison. Choked alive, qRaxs. And with qRaxs up the guts of mid as well, he'll cut off the rotate for good measure. This is, well, I was going to say a potential back-to-back in-zone flawless, but, you know, damned not to happen as soon as those...
First time we've seen Gentlemates really trying to be aggressive.
And how do you get out here as well? The Armageddon's right behind them. They've got to fight yellow.
They've got to try and get something, and well, they've already got one. kamyk got brought low, and they're looking still to keep going forward. The KO flash, the flashpoint, absolutely picture perfect, and so is the luck from AtaKaptan.
Finding crazy timings as Yetu's just going to add more fuel to the fire. Minny last left, and that Armageddon just boxed in the rest of Mate. Nowhere that they could possibly go. Minny 1 kill deep into the clutch.
At the same time, the Gentlemates identify that as the lurker and start to commit towards A with the pressure that's coming on and the spike being down. It certainly looks like it. Trading even,
Minny!
going one better. Now in a 3 versus 2, and you still have qRaxs ultimate to be used.
Still holding on to it. Gonna send it in a little bit earlier, and actually it's just a solo play. qRaxs right in, refracts back, but you've only got 10 points of health, and all of a sudden the pool isn't looking as healthy as it was before. But Minny still stands tall, nearly on for the ace, but it's snatched away at the final moment. And now Yetu with a chance to close the half, to step back as the start.
Zeus.
Yeah, and there's a flash coming in as well to just incentivize the peak. qRaxs playing forwards into the refract, falls back Zeus, double kill.
Easy as that. At the same time, Mates are going to pivot, try and get on towards A, and hopefully get a spike plant down.
To tap just for now, they are looking for extra jewels, something to just move the needle back and help the numbers, the man count, as they do trail by just the 1 for now, looking for a fight.
At the same time, because they've been tapping the spike and trying to beat everyone in for a peak, FUT are all here. They're ready for this.
Who's taking the contact? Minny having a little bit of a look. 2 players towards screen as Zeus gets yet another dashes pass to set up Ata as FUT come
to be right. Still be long. Look at Zeus. He's ready for this. A tee up. It's absolutely gorgeous. Can't quite get the third though, but it's teed up AtaKaptan in towards garage.
AtaKaptan's already parked up in the garage. Hangs around here too long. He's going to get a ticket. Mates need to clear this space out, but they've not really considered it at all. He is going to remain to be that deep deposit, and while Minny's not going to give away any steps, it's a stab in the back that you're just waiting for.
This 0-point raid could be absolutely massive. At the same time though, AtaKaptan,
wait,
how does he play this? Kada's cleared it. Absolutely perfect. Mates doing well to try and convert from a bad...
See FUT, different age, debut yet.
Mid though, Minny's found a little pocket to work within.
could he be cooking up in the kitchen here? I mean, this is a very cautionary drone that's going to come out from MrFaliN. And yeah, Click does find the kill towards yellow. So right now, Minny is a big yellow distraction. And as the drone flares off on his position, mates get into theirs right on the site, digging heels in on B. Zeus clawing one back as he always does, but so much work left to be done.
Still need to get on the spike. Oh, nearly denied. Yetujey almost able to flick back. Still though, a significant advantage.
Zeus one more kill. Kada keeping an eye on Garage. 1v1 opposite number. Nice shot at her. Does this force mates' hands? They've still got over a minute and 20 seconds to play around with, but now feeling A inclined. Refract is enabled. It gets the saturate off, but with the suppression, he is locked into this site, and so is the rest of the team.
Spike should be easy to go down. Blade's being used. That rifle can be chucked over to one of Zeus's teammates. That's exactly what happens.
qRaxs still has both flashes here on the way back through, and Zeus with blades in hand. We're looking to take a fight, but instead mates want to go on the offensive, or at the very least, just slow them down with the hinder.
Yeah, this is going to be really, really hard to try and get back into. You've got to be thinking salvos are still there. Minny still has the nano swarms as well as kamyk having his molly.
Already bought half of the time off the spike, and that will continue to tick away. Zeus removes the first of those players as qRaxs gets on towards the defuse. Deep positioning from mates. They need to try and get back on the line. Look for a fight. It's Zeus dictating the play instead. A swing from kamyk to save the day, but he goes down early. That's probably a fair assessment as well, but we have to give the same credit to mates right now. Click, deep clear boiler, gets the value from it this time. It's a kill onto MrFaliN, and he's out of dodge.
This is lovely stuff. At the same time, FUT need to try and get something back, but in the meantime, losing players.
Oh, this is a really nice choice from AtaKaptan. He's going to fight in towards main, deep, where he has the flank coming in. Now Zyppan is the player who's hot under the collar, where instead it would have been him as the anchor on the site. Zyppan wins the fight, though. It's just one player. Where is Yetu in all of this? He's hedged his bets, and, well, neither of them have come up.
This is not looking good whatsoever. Still, Brawl ensues. Zyppan finally dealt with. The spike's been ticking away this full time.
It has. It's boiling over right now. The cauldron cooked away by mates. In position, kamyk holding firm onto yellow. He's got contact from Click deep in Snowman. Set up for success as time continues to play against FUT. Another player dropping to the deck.
qRaxs has no flashes either here, so it's just straight up gunfights.
To install a little longer, the salvos at the feet, and then as he turns his head around, Click has found a different point of entry. yetujey's head explodes as the Armageddon goes on site. A slight gap. MrFaliN falling in the bag. Nano Swarm dropping beside him. And as he tries to play forward, Zeus in support. It's not going to be enough for them. Gentlemate staring down the possibility of double digits here. As FUT's rifle round has gone to pot. Ata is going to get one on the fadeaway, but he needs 3 more.
Still has an orb to work with as well. He could try and disguise on the spike with it being so harsh on FUT's economy. I mean, you can see both teams looking for it. Zeus looking for a kill, but can't get it.
Second round in a row, he's gone for that play.
Yetujey. Oh, Yetujey can't get more than 2 and easily picked up a kamyk. Gentlemates can just go straight into this with an advantage.
All of the time in the world, and as the Killjoy lockdown drops in, there's no way to deny it. Yetujey gone. Can't combine the Armageddon or salvos, a hefty investment perhaps. But free reign over the A site is the name of the game for Gentlemates right now, and a possibility to get the spike plant in. Click!
Ooh.
Hungry as ever, but perhaps his eyes bigger than his stomach, because with that we go back 3 on 3. kamyk to stabilize. Spike only just getting picked back up.
Gentlemates have plenty of time to
The
rotate.
retake will have the recon.
I don't think Kada wants to use the Viper's Pit either, but just because of how easily you'd be spammed out.
Death's door, and he's arrived! Crossed the threshold! qRaxs kicking him over the doorstep. 3 kills picked up, and now all eyes to Minny.
If there's anybody you want to rely upon, it has to be Minny.
So many clutches last year, but now making his debut on the big stage. Will he be blinded by the lights, or can he take them all for himself? 12th round R-Stop. It's fragged out so heavily thus far, but going
At the
wide.
same time though, you can see qRaxs is holding this flash.
Play queued up for FUT, but it's just not going to come to all that great effect, and while Zyppan's going to be hindered, doesn't matter. It's only Click that we have to worry about right now, but he can't find the space, and so it's a second expedition to the site with utility once more.
Just a head scene, kamyk can't quite get the kill he was looking for. At the same time, Annihilation coming on down, trying to force players out, but I don't know if FUT want this smoke. It looks like Gentlemakes have everything in it.
Calling away from the rest of the pack to set up the team to now take mid control.
He's thinking about this.
He's going to be overwhelmed unless he hits a call-out or something crazy. No, it's just Click at the front of the horde once more. And now Ata to be overwhelmed.
That needs to try and hold on to something, you think?
Minny.
Oh, no.
Oh, hello.
That's a little bit of a disaster. At least the rest of the roster's there to try and close this out. It's around the world. Taking that IGL role.
Let's see. Zeus has been ever consistent, regardless of all the change around him. He has gelled perfectly into this FUT piece, but as it starts, it's not going to go too well. It continues, in fact, from the previous. Another pistol round looking to head towards Gentlemates. MrFaliN finally in the middle of things gets one back. As mates are running through spawn and qRaxs has cottoned onto this.
He's heard everything and he's calling towards the lone site anchor on towards B. AtaKaptan at the same time is exploring A main all the way through in towards attacker spawn.
How diligent do you go? Is it just going to be a freebie? Yeah, it is. Zyppan with one kill, but in the meantime, fight's going on towards Gen. Forwards goes Click. He's going to drop. Now looking at the position, Zyppan is so far out of play. He'll just be looking to try and use those salvos late, but not too much time already bought here. It's a true 1v1.
Got to look at the position of the spike plant as well. It's not anywhere near for Zyppan. They've already got the salvos out in qRaxs now. Oh, just needs to wait on the peak. You're looking at where the stun's going though. That's towards top tower in A. A nice combination coming through with the utility. MrFaliN, not long for this world.
Served up from the strat book and executed perfectly. Once again, Gentlemates finding themselves in link towards spawn with rotations heading their way.
Just now up against plenty of players, and kamyk, the one to capitalise at the same time. FUT for kamyk.
It's the perfect situation to set up the post plant exactly as you would like, cater to your strengths. 3 players in main, early contact from Minny, and the rest right behind. Mate following the torch that he has had. Turning up to his birthday party on his birthday with a birthday gift. Not gonna play. Wouldn't want to make that mistake twice.
Hey, listen, I've seen it happen before. Click this time. Look at this, they're getting the space towards CT. Zeus though, catch it in transition, Kada. And MrFaliN making sure to make good of the trade. Advantage towards FUT.
Just trying to clear out this area here. Pest control, making sure that nobody has managed to slip the net and get towards spawn. Quite laissez-faire, lax, allowing the French organisation to get the plant in on A.
Go ahead.
Very close. Armageddon being used to try and tee up Minny. It doesn't work out. Now the 2 players stuck on site have to hold up against 4 players of FUT. The first one got, the second, the third.
Through the underpass instead. It is Click solo B.
qRaxs.
Huge fight.
Has to be won cleanly. qRaxs needs to hit headshot.
Double stun.
This is very nicely done. Oh, no.
kamyk again.
Yeah, he looks almost good enough to try and get that double. Zeus, though, certainly looks good enough himself. That's a player you can rely upon. Rolling Thunder isn't going to work out. MrFaliN's classic is. This is winnable.
kamyk has now died with the aftershock as well, and while the incendiary flies through the skies, it's not quite landed just yet, and only just now starting to stop the defuse. Actually, I don't think it had landed correctly, but it doesn't matter. Minny's found 2 kills, needs a third to make it a third.
Has the cam for contact. Spike hadn't been half, has to jump because of the cam's positioning. Needs to win out. Still, MrFaliN trying to bait out, using the stun to at least get half. It just peeks out.
Control isn't half too bad. The runway put out for Click. Jumping down into danger, into MrFaliN. Feet planted on the A site with the rest of FUT following suit. Kada the last player left, the orb by his side.
I mean, that's the thing, right? You look at
Concessions elsewhere, so to A they go. Later in the round this time.
attack now using their orbital strike. You've got to think as well, once FUT if we get in towards post, well, there's always the chance there's a retake cam. It's not going to be needed at the moment though, because the spike's still not committed. Ultimate certainly is. It's going to be a brawl all the way to the end, and now it's just the remaining player of qRaxs, who's looked so good so far and has to step up once again.
The fragment comes in, but it's a moment too late. kamyk trying to escape goes down.
Oh, 1v1.
It's qRaxs, you feel like, who's in control right now. He's lost an attack side, which has struggled so far. Mid-round always been something highlighted that needed improvements, and in terms of this one, they're stricken for options, trying to split the A site, and they'll use the Rolling Thunder to do it.
Still to get out. Kada first in, still Zeus not spoken about, not even found, and he's going to activate at the right time, looking to get more! A player who constantly turns up where he's needed. That's 4 on the round, and setting FUT up almost for a flawless.
Zeus one off the ace, and yet again he has managed to capture lightning in a bottle. He'll try to close it out here with all fire.
Better than him when it's their day. I genuinely don't think you can.
Durka. I'm sorry, you asked.
Oh, mate, come on, man. Like, let me have my moment.
I know exactly what. You can see MrFaliN was holding the Rolling Thunder, so for FUT right now, the brunt of the setup is catered towards the B side of the map. He'll shuffle the goalpost a little bit. As the defense mutates, it's AtaKaptan that's able to find the first of the kills. Plenty of ultimates invested into this round. It could be huge in terms of the ramifications, because Gentlemates, as you say, are stricken for options now. The utility belt is empty, and so are the opportunities. The time bank is gone, and at the beck and call of the hourglass, the final grains of sand have hit the, as you said before. He's not making the most of it. It's Yetu that they've got to try and get past now.
Oh, no way. Yetujey, he's not able to get one. AtaKaptan can't double up, but mates take the clear advantage. That's the big thing. You're looking towards the post plan for main. Look at this.
He walked out rafters, and as you mentioned, there is a backstab prepared, and it is Minny that will sink the penultimate blow. One player left, and as 5 queued up in A main. Out the gates they go. Into sand. It starts to swallow them whole. There's Zyppan. MrFaliN dropping down, and you look to Zeus once again for answers.
He's to try and find something here, something to bring numbers even, but he can't get it cleanly. And there's so many players to try and fight against. Yetujey, I mean, he had an opportunity, but can't capitalise.
Counter stun from qRaxs was huge, and now Gentlemates are right back in this. Another pistol where they look like favourites. Spike down and solo fight. A recipe for disaster as Zyppan continues onwards. Only AtaKaptan left, and while he has the molly, it's going to land. That's a start.
That is a start, but still plenty of players to try and get rid of. It's only bought him some time. How long can he really last here? It doesn't look like long. Again, that word comes up. And practice, it's just going to be a sight hit.
One positive is that Gentlemates do have the main space. You talk about push and pull, you need some solid ground to stand upon, and actually this plant looks as if it's going to come all the way in. No, qRaxs snatching away at it at the final second. kamyk right there by his side, but it settles for a 2-on-2, and that doesn't seem to be good enough right now, as Zeus has a Bulldog in his hands. It's a real problem, which Kada shuts down! Grouping up for an aftershock here as well, so as it drops in, yeah, it's the orbital strike actually, and that gives you even further coverage towards the site. There is one pocket where a player could be caught. That's Minny. He got the cage off beforehand. That'll save him an extra second, and with Kada supporting, the rest of Gentlemates arriving, FUT gonna give this a second go.
Yeah, they're gonna come back, and they know about Minny's position, and Minny playing it so well, knows that players need to peek him, but again, this KO gets Zeus another kill. It's like dinner on a plate. kamyk able to get that trade out.
See if they can finish the dinner, because otherwise it's going to be falling on the floor. Ata, one more kill, side of the smoke is kamyk peeking through. He's on the site, and so are the rest of Gentlemates. They are swiftly arriving.
Yeah, there's traps to play off of. Unfortunately, there's many players to try and play against. Kada taking the timing and does so well.
What
managed to go. It's like ships in the night. At the same time, that spike not committed, and kamyk trying to keep
now.
They are, and the kill traps have been changed. At the same time, though, gentle mates, they're trying to play this on the front foot. Zix just went by. Kada and Minny combine. One back in the conversation, make that two. It's all even. Advantage now confirmed by FUT.
It's only one player as things stand. Click still with a full belt can make things difficult here. Keep himself mobile, play in Zyppan, but even then, if he goes down, you're still asking for that extra player to find a kill, something back. This post plant is so deep, Zyppan's got to go searching and stick his nose in there to try and find something. And with that, AtaKaptan in position for this open plant, which now finds to it. The big thing for me is the fact that, to be honest, so you've still got the null command, you've still got the orbital strike. I really like the proactivity from Gentlemates. As we said before, you need to be fighting for some space when the execute comes in. And Kada's done a brilliant job of that. But it's Ata finding...
With a rifle, horrible strike as well. The trap seems to be going well. It's been triggered, but there's capitalization's just not there at all. I mean, yetujey has tried to escape in towards the backlines, but kamyk patrolling that. The sheriff,
well, top sight, off angle, where he sets up. That one kill back towards Arcade was everything, but even the rotation can't come quickly enough.
Needs one, maybe even two, but needs to at least get something concrete to work with, and does. It's a 2 versus 2 coming into, if we can get to it, post.
Well, it's a downed KO player though, so it doesn't count for all too much. In the meantime, kamyk able to backfill the space. I don't think FUT are expecting this at all.
I mean, at the same time, AtaKaptan's gone searching, so qRaxs is all alone. Spike in the back pocket. 2 big 1 versus 1s here.
The first of them heading towards spawn. Low HP, both players. kamyk overlooked, and now the spike planted to his position. AtaKaptan has the ultimate and a decision to make. Can he call kamyk's bluff? And can kamyk hold his nerve with the ult in his face? It's 4. Minny left to a stinger. That should suffice at close range. It's Zeus running down the line in towards spawn, not getting out with any more than just the one. It's a complete fake, and mates have fallen for it. Hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah, and it's the Tejo as well that's lost, right, that utility to clear certain spots out. And as the players come through, it's an even trade, down to 2 versus 2. qRaxs has to commit to the spike.
Second pulse of the neural theft is huge as well, because now they know of the proactivity, and yetujey's caught in transition. Another 2v2, which is
any trap whatsoever.
And it was very loose contact from Click, just playing this one solo, and he's the one player you think that would maybe give it a go, but even then they back up and play full retake with this annihilation, but FUT know it.
Yeah, they do, and they need to be thinking about the contingencies after this post goes down.
Spike plant in, that's the cue. Stun towards tower, Zeus should be dead, trying to run out into a safe spot, and he's actually gotten away with it. Let off the hook. Gentlemates back into the retake, but they still feel confident that they can haul this over the line. yetujey back in his own stocks. One back in the way of FUT for now.
Right now, though, FUT don't really have much utility in post.
But one thing they do have is yetujey in tower. Not overlooked, he'll get cleared in the end. Peek out dry, the shots won't land. Finally taken off the defuse by Fallen. The captain has to stand tall in this situation. Towards Arcade, the stun to start it off, and dropping in is Click. It's a rifle right at the hands of Zeus, a birthday gift from the birthday boy. But does it get any worse? It's a freeze for now.
See, looks as if Gentlemates want this, but maybe they want it a bit too much. Zyppan, though, absolutely spot on. Minny taking rid and getting rid of that null command. AtaKaptan stinger, just a little bit awry. Able to finish off the kill. A 2 versus 2 as qRaxs is able to call exactly where these last 2 remaining players are.
For Gentlemates, just when you think you see the light at the end of the tunnel, it's oncoming traffic, a deer in headlights. Taking those jewels on their own terms and conditions. They have Arcade, but that is about all right now. Time ticking down, trading places, knife out AtaKaptan, cuts across him Minny. Only MrFaliN left, but this time he's got the ult.
He does have the ult, but he's got a stinger. Long range won't be good for him.
It's certainly... Rotations coming through. They've been so quick to react to this. Such a reactive defense.
Remember, that Rolling Thunder still in FUT's pockets if they need to use it.
Gets 2 kills back. Without it, not necessary at all. Surplus to requirements. So strike now missing from the play. 2 versus 4 retake for Gentlemates to make their dreams come true in this series.
Been able to do it before. I mean, this time
Over, but B is where the execution's now prepared. With only 30 seconds left, this is the play that Gentlemates have to make.
Yep, yetujey's off angle could
They're running
be
back.
massive. The players, oh, they've walked into the crosshairs. It seems to be a fake, but with time so low, Gentlemates could possibly cost themselves this round.
Little bit indecisive, but they finally locked it in.
Look
A
where
is
the
well
spike
okay,
is.
but kamyk is back of the pack
10
as you
seconds
highlight.
left.
And so if AtaKaptan can pluck him away from the rest of the play, then maybe there's a chance that they can shut down this spike plant. It won't happen, and it's Click again with a second to spare.
MrFaliN's coming in late from drop, will able to cut off any rotates back from Click, but instead played in by kamyk, although identified.
Seeing it here, it's the round which they need to rely upon. Zeus already in tower, right behind Minny. He's got to take the duel to the doorstep of FUT. Are they ready for him? Feels like it. yetujey already landing that first kill still. Minny holding the line, just waiting, wondering when will they peak?
And that's the
as they
spike.
arrive, it's the spike that falls. He needs more but can't get it, and so Mate's behind by 1.
Zyppan, he's done so well, but now it's up to kamyk.
Standing.
He has to try and get something to work with.
And Kada can almost sense it. The jump strafe for the second time of asking. Wide swing and well dealt with. The antidote on the attack side. And Mate, well, they seem to have found it because this is looking like follow-up success.
Certainly looks like it. Spike can go down pretty easily. Thought for a minute, with Zeus taking the solo space in towards A main, he might go for a flank, try and put the main players under pressure. Not gonna happen. Mate's in post.
Usually you'd be moving into a pretty strong post plant here with the breach and brim towards arcade, but without a molly or an aftershock, it's gunfights that they're gonna have to take, and kamyk has 1 flash to try and get them back in. That's about all for now.
Now you've also got tail utility to work with as well. On towards the spike they go. kamyk gets 1. MrFaliN and Zeus trying to be massive here, but off of the spike they go. Forced off, and MrFaliN has to win up again. Zyppan and kamyk are the only players there.
And Zyppan's position is so struggled here again as the solo site anchor on the Teho. I mean, your work is cut out for you. FUT again exploding onto the scene. Through sand they go. Click will be telegraphed as soon as he breaks the trap. And with main space secured at the very least, they've got something from which to work. And FUT want to take that fight to them.
Yeah, I don't know if they only think it's just a neon, but there's more than that. Minny's here as well! Oh, can't get more than that. And now it's up to Kada, the birthday boy on Saturday. Can he try and get a present to take home early?
Molly.
We'll have to see. Opening one up a little early. Yetu, tick of fire damage. I don't know if Kada would have heard that, but he's certainly looking for the clear here. Time ticking away, burning the wick at both ends. The first of those players is found, but now Kada needs to move on to the spike and get it halved. Hold his nerve in the face of AtaKaptan. Moving into our decider. Already, Zyppan chased away from spawn to the A site they go. Little success here so far for Mates, and it is heavily telegraphed.
And the fact that they found Minny as well. This is something that Gentlemates have tried to do a few times. Find their way in towards spawn, but instead though, they're going to fight through sand. Feeling the pressure a little bit.
Yetu's still the solo player on site, and Click trying to isolate that with the neon wall.
Oh, goes trades even. kamyk finds the chance to make it back towards an even playing field right now.
Backing all the way up, FALLEN finally gives away his location, but the spike can go in, and Kada has managed to jump up to dish as well. This is an acute reposition, and with the Rolling Thunder in, it's his chance. Maybe to find something off the back of it, but no, falls on deaf ears.
No more utility right now for Gentlemates either.
It is just a fragment on qRaxs, and that's all.
Rifles, that's what it comes down to. Winning out these fights. Can Gentlemates make it a 4th map point potentially? Stun coming back online for kamyk, but Kada, he's been burned. It's now just down to kamyk to try and clutch a shot! Flick his nose, there's many players there. The stun is so good, so is the relay ball, and so is Zeus! That's a double up, very quickly turning this on its head, and yetujey's there to get another. It's just all individuals right now, and it's completely collapsed. FUT immediately respond.
There's two halves that we've just watched of defensive play have completely gone out of the window. FUT have found something which works for them. These A splits have looked so already invested, but there's still plenty to throw at this.
And look at the kill traps as well that's been set up by yetujey.
Closer towards the site, into the fast lane. Ata will go. He finds his first, but it's quickly traded. They're falling one at a time. A slow crawl into a site held. kamyk returning in another overtime round, but it's Minny that must make it stick if they are to find themselves yet another from the offense.
Spike's gone cold. It's all on an island which Minny has to try and traverse. And with two players watching over, he'll try and open the door, create sound cues which FUT have to try and consider.
More than anything, it just forces them to drop back onto a deeper line. Minny back to the play. Two players creeping up from rafters. Timing is everything. Knife, he should know. Dropping off the rope and they're right behind him. Minny needs to turn his head or mates might just have found themselves dead on the attack.
30 seconds left.
But with the respect given from the Turkish team, the spike can go down. But it's that molly in the corner that you have to worry about.
He's tapped it. He's come right back up, repositioning.
Minny knows this is the place he's got to try and play from. 10 seconds and he'll spot it out yet again. Another tap from... It's another B hole that they've got to surmount to.
Zeus, noted. Again, Minny not playing for main. In fact, actually starting to head towards that way.
Backing up Kada from the boxes on site. Trap place, yetujey, that's so cheeky. Minny getting one, but one won't be enough. He needs to find more, and more he will get. Kada played in, but he can't stand his ground. 2v1.
Two players here for Gentlemates.
2v2. Re-clear in the middle of the round. FUT looking for a fight. Mates giving it to them, and it's Zeus with 2 kills. As always, striking yet again.
No way.
That's the numbers.
Zeus is still alive.
Managed to keep himself cooped up in main for now. Split up from Fallen, but he can put 2 and 2 together. kamyk, the provider. Can he put up any more? No, Zeus has stopped it. And so it's Zyppan. Now, with his chance to shine, how many times have mates got to look for a hero to win them around?
This is what it's starting to get to, right? Gentlemates looking for heroes.
Missiles away.
And, I mean, this is so out of the realms of possibility. There's no way that Zyppan can win this one.
But want to be the villain against another of those Ascension. I mean, the drone, not in the right position, it's Zyppan there. They've got to converge, and they do so effectively. Minny sidestepping the stun, back in for more fights, finding his second Kada again. This dynamic duo has done enough for the flank to come in.
Oh, qRaxs able to finally capitalise, but Kada, the molly, finally letting loose. Now, those two remaining players need to try and get something back. Kada's just been seen trying to escape. And now that's why you're seeing MrFaliN look towards B main.
Yeah, he is on a solo mission though. Oh, MrFaliN! One man, all that's needed. FUT.
My ult's ready.
So close now to the finish line. kamyk, the one that separates them from success on the second map.
I mean, that's the thing though. kamyk has been so good so far. Time and time again. 34 kills so far. Can he get 2 more?
The longest map of EMEA 2025 so far, and it's going FUT's way at the end of the day. A heartbreaking way.
Either way, straight in towards the C site where the Cypher is held. I mean, it's yetujey who's been able to get the kills. Breach here as well. MrFaliN doing well. The flash was spot on, and the response from FUT has certainly been that. A 3 versus 1 to finish out the first pistol.
Really shoring up some of these defensive rounds for them to get over and support yetujey. Cage has already gone up. He's only here with a Sheriff though, and that support can't arrive quickly enough. Yetu has done enough for now though.
Certainly has. Can he get more? No, that's not the case. Now it's in towards getting this spike down. And Gentlemates may have just found a way to settle this.
So good at the C retake so far, FUT. Short-handed by just the Sheriff, and then kamyk lays waste to them.
Behind the Viper wall. flashes. In fact, no, they're not going to use any utility. Just going to wait. The paranoia back in, spot on. It's a quick trade by qRaxs, and Zeus finally found out.
And that's the thing too. Zeus needing to hit shots. MrFaliN doing it without even exchanging glances to the players as they drop through the screen. This A execute's going to accelerate. It's a 3v3 on site.
This is a brawl, another one in which we've seen both teams trying to go at it, but it's FUT that's coming out on top. Spike in no man's land. kamyk having to cross 2 players before he can even collect it. He has time to work with, but instead, no, doesn't want to go elsewhere. He wants the fights.
The rotation is great from FUT as well. They have such strong positions to hold the site when kamyk arrives on the scene. He needs another multi-kill here, and it's just not the fade utility. It's B instead, where MrFaliN is fighting solo, but in through the door they come. Zeus still alive, wide on the angle, flashed up and falling down to the hands of qRaxs. That's a brilliant double on a round where mates have... We've seen the door used by FUT several times to try and link up the play. And between the 2 remaining defenders right now, that will be the objective, as it's the dimensional drift to separate them. Should be called in, but Yetu's found 2, and now there's a chance for AtaKaptan.
There's always a chance when there's a FUT player on the other side. Spike collected, and well, that's going to be heard. The steps coming through. AtaKaptan taking his timing.
You have to. In this situation, with the odds stacked against you, AtaKaptan will try his luck. Throw his hat in the ring, he's walked around the side, that's kamyk core. The flash hasn't worked. Take that space in the orb in tandem.
At the same time though, you look at the space that Gentlemates are able to grab here. I mean, the Spike's still not really committed as to what they want to do.
Huge
Many players on the site.
They have the info, they had the players, they were blinded, but still FUT are in position.
Oh my god!
One at a time! Oh, linked into a communal grave. Kada has been noted.
Near.
And this is the discussion that we had before.
You need to make sure that that A site take, if that's what
Be
you want.
careful in how he plays this, and already you can see him go up the rope and concede the space. It's the same setup from the defenders yet again. Mates will be aware of this in the gun round. Can they bring some fresh ideas to the table?
Nightfall. Clear in the backside. Players trying to get out towards heaven, and qRaxs done so well to get a double here.
And that's exactly what you've got to do. No one's played Pit the last few rounds, so qRaxs stepping up to the plate has 2 kills, which now set them up.
Looking to burn qRaxs, making him play on site, try and waste a little bit of time, and they're trying to spam him out. You can see that, but he's got a timing, and that's 3 in the round right now. He's done so well and put mates in a prime position. There's no way that they can lose this, and this man right now... There's always that chance when sides swap over. Gentlemates need to give themselves a lifeline to work with in this next half.
They're starting to work on it, see a site which they have struggled with, not in terms of taking it, but defending it once the spike goes down. It's the Rolling Thunder invested this time as MrFaliN looks to make a play off the back of it, profit off it can't. Kada with one onto yetujey. Mates trading out effectively here. Numbers in their favor as FALIN still stands on the other side of the site as it begins to collapse. The smoke is up, but the spike's not down. Oh, you just saw it coming! You saw it coming! Kada's dropped and the pit goes with it. Gentlemates will make an exit.
Can't be forced.
This one is open for the taking.
Arc Rose will eventually come online for Minny. That's the other thing to know.
And this is such an open plant too, planted on the corner. So, you know, Minny could be back so far as Hobbit, or taking those extra steps forward to fight FUT.
As the Arc Rose doesn't want to use it, would rather play heads-up gunfights. And with the
Gentlemates outside of A, so already FUT have an idea where the execute's going to be headed, and with kamyk falling, it is all eyes on the C choke.
Steel Garden being used. All it will do is buy time to get this spike down.
And look at this ult from AtaKaptan. He's right behind them as qRaxs looks to move into Waterfall. He can't find the jewel.
But at the same time though, Gentlemates are really taking their time getting this spike down, worried about whether FUT are going to come straight back in. And it's allowed for them to settle and get in towards this retake position.
And now Zyppan with the paranoia partnered with qRaxs. An opportunity again for him to look for a fight. Still, mates without blood on their hands. Down by a player, FUT in position, no ground has been garnered. qRaxs finally on the score sheet in this one as he opens his account into the corner. The flank is dealt with, mates doing a decent job, but Decent won't quite cut it as qRaxs and yetujey have made their way back onto the site. It's Kada in the corner, he steps to the side and finds yet another kill. A clutch asked of him this time, and he's just how reliant they were on Zeus before. into the anchors that they possess, but like, look, why should you be concerned with what Zeus is doing? That's his own business, and right now, it's the killing business that he's in. Gun for hire, gets 2 kills. And so, gentlemates are right back to the drawing board. This round has been fully reset.
Seen them in times, maps before. They've been able to fight back in. I mean, they won a 2v4 in Fracture, for instance. But as for Lotus, I've not really seen that. qRaxs is coming through with a deadly prowler that'll identify what they're looking for, trying to force Zeus out, but it's not a fight you really want to be taking. The paranoia hasn't hit. The dash is a complete misdirection.
Drift to start paving the way towards the seaside.
But look, right now, there's a potential trap that could be triggered. There's a breach, there's an omen, but instead, they'd rather wait. No, they're going straight in.
Yeah, well, it's an A setup which they're heading for. It's literally just kamyk left here to try and sell it. And finally, it feels like gentlemates might have been able to pull off a fake, except this time it is right from the spawn barrier.
They're going into the Cypher setup.
qRaxs doesn't catch on to anybody, and so qRaxs has a strong angle from which to play. The paranoia cutting up the site itself, unsupported. qRaxs standing his ground! On an island, they fall around him. Mate's body's on the floor, just setting them forth into the second half.
I have the spike.
FUT, the 8th round within touching distance for them. kamyk all that separates them. Send a couple stray shots through the smoke, but now the call should be made to drop back. There is no sentinel here to support him. The stun, not quite enough, gets around the corner.
A little bit of discipline, doesn't want to go any further. But yetujey through the smoke grabs Kada.
Such a cheeky kill, but could make all of the difference into the retake. The next smoke player drops, and that's the more mobile of them. FUT finding all of the kills on this final pistol round of the series. They might just have won both on Lotus, and with that, with Zyppan supporting, but they've got to get their running shoes on pretty soon because the A play tested, not fully called. Actually, this is going to set up even better for B because it's a shorter rotation.
It is. Well, MrFaliN has taken a lot of space as well. Players swinging out, trades to be had, and well, it's all about getting that spike plant eventually. FUT not happy with how comfortable they could possibly be on the site, so they're taking their time, tapping the spike, baiting out peaks. As we said, dotting their I's, crossing their T's, and paying attention to the finer details.
Yeah, and FUT now have great space towards Hobbit as well, so there's a crossfire set up for the players trying to get out from upper.
No. They come out, they walk straight into the crossfire.
Does Minny dare give him the time of day? You wouldn't think so.
Already though. Ellie pick coming through. Zyppan getting rid of
the setup.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. Need to be careful of the reposition. Minny should know this, but that takes a step too far. Allows that C site to be completely open by AtaKaptan.
It's a bit of discipline here from FUT. They're not overstepping the mark as the Nightfall gets invested. Just making sure they can play this one comfortably, and well, the tether landing on 2 players means that AtaKaptan has a free kill almost effectively, but I mean, he's just fighting out solo. AtaKaptan nearly the one.
And that last map. It's crazy how close this series could have gone, right? Could have gone either way. 4 times.
AtaKaptan again. Into spawn this time, player close by. That's going to be Zyppan, and he'll win the duel at the very least. And yeah, FUT dropped all the way back to a much deeper line behind this smoke. It's qRaxs time to shine, and he's only going to get 1. 1 is not enough.
Need far more than that. Quick
from
pivot,
that position.
now into B. Minny standing alone in the middle of sight. Goes through the wall, but walks into MrFaliN. Able to win that fight out, but qRaxs is able to carry now.
To work with back into the retake. An ult if he wants to go so far, but instead it's qRaxs that'll take the fight to him.
It's a 1 versus 1!